Hey guys, last week I did a video talking about growing up with cerebral palsy. This week I wanted to continue that series and talk about how people misjudged my capabilities. Sorry, I'm just getting repositioned. People misjudged my capabilities because they saw the CP. One example of this comes to mind was one of my teachers had this, quote, program where if you read X number of books, you got to move across the Canadian map to various capital cities or so forth or whatever, and you would earn little prizes for reading X number of books. So, going from Newfoundland to Manitoba would earn you, some prize out of the prize box kind of situation. And I never achieved those milestones because I didn't like to read. Not because I didn't like to read, but I would fatigue. My eyes would get tired. Anyway, I only use one eye at a time. They both work, but they work separately of each other. So I would just get tired. This is way before audiobooks, people. Anyway, so, and the other thing I struggled with was math. So the teacher's solution, Band-Aid to that, was to give me extra math homework, specifically multiplication tables, because for whatever reason, I can't do number crunching in my head. I understand it, but I can't do it. So I'm very good at trigonometry because it's not really numbers. And I'm good at geometry because it's not really numbers. But as far as like the actual number crunching, I need a calculator. So we, through my IEP, asked for a calculator and was told that no, that wasn't possible because she would never learn. Okay. So anyway, I got discouraged. Extremely discouraged that school year. And I didn't know, not because I wasn't championed by my, parents and other academics that I worked with, other teachers and so forth, but I didn't know I was smart. I didn't think I was dumb, but I didn't know I was smart. And it wasn't until I was sitting in the hospital one day, and I asked a physician a question that to me seemed normal. And he looked at me and said, "I don't know the answer. Are you a physician?" And I said, "No," because I'm not. I'm just a patient that my brain thinks like that. Okay, and he came back 3 days later or something with the answer out of his textbook. And then proceeded to ask me if I was a physician. And I said, "No, doc, I can't do math." He goes, "What do you mean you can't do math?" I said, "I love formulas. I love the concept of math, but I can't number crunch." And he looked at me and he went, "Laura, there's a thing called a calculator and a formula. Pump the numbers into the calculator for the formula and you have the answer." And I went, "Oh." And then I said, "But I don't have 15 years to become a physician because I don't want to spend 15 years becoming a physician." My point is, I'm misjudged all the time. And it's a lack of awareness. My disability is strictly physical. My legs, the signal from my brain to my legs doesn't compute properly. After that, I'm, quote, normal, if that's such a thing. I apologize for that use of word, but it's true. So, don't misjudge a book by its cover. Have a good week. See you next Monday.